Welcome to your weekly UAS news update live from Sun and Fun. We are in Lakeland, Florida this week. We are showcasing Pilot Institute in our booth, and we've had a great day yesterday. We are going to have a great day today. This is a long day where we're going to be seeing the air show tonight. And let's talk a little bit about some of the news this week. Well, first news was from DJI. They released a new set of goggles and also a new controller for the DJI Avata. These new goggles have 1080 OLED screens. They're beautiful, a little bit smaller it feels like. They also have the battery integrated into the back of the headset, which is really going to be, I think, a lot more comfortable. Always hated having that little cable hanging from your pocket and having all that in there. It looks like the quality is up a little bit. The 100 hertz refresh rate also is going to be pretty nice, I think. So we can get our hands on that and see what it's going to look like. Also, we have a new controller, the magic one. We call it the Harry Potter one in the office that you can use to the motion controller to control the Avata. They came up with a new version. It looks like it's got a few added features compared to the other one. One is the ability to go backwards, which is something that we never really enjoyed all that much with the first version because, well, you had to turn your head, you had to do the head tracking. It was a bit cumbersome. So hopefully this is a lot more intuitive to be able to fly the drone that way. And then also the second thing is the ability to change some of the settings directly from the controller, like you ISO and move a couple things. So you don't have to go into the goggles and move the goggles as you're trying to make some of these changes. So let's move on to the next story this week on drone news. And the second story, this is good news if you are a Autel Evo owner of the V1 or the V2. As you may know, Autel came up with a V3, and at the same time they kind of announced the end of life for some of the products on the V1 and the V2. So the Evo 2 V1, Evo 2 V2 were supposed to be end of life in May of 2021 and then in October of 2022 respectively. A lot of people thought that this was the end of customer service for these products. Autel has clarified and said no, that's not the case. They will be pushing 3 more years from here. So the drones will be supported for 3 more years from the time that they are end of life, which is great news if you're owning one of these. I know we've talked about, and a lot of other people have talked about the kind of lack of support from Autel as of lately, and hopefully this is a way for them to kind of boost this and then bring a little bit more support to all the people that have bought these drones over the years. We actually have a V2 ourselves. I think it's a great drone, and we'll continue using it. Hopefully it doesn't break, that we don't have to call customer service. All right, let's move on to the next story. And the last story this week is about the New York drone corridor. We mentioned this several months ago. They got approval to fly, I think it's a 50-mile long corridor in New York State, where those that are approved can go in there and do testing. Well, they just got approval to fly drones up to 300 pounds. Previously, it was a lot harder for them to do that kind of stuff. And then now the FAA has lifted some of the restrictions. So for them, this is the ability to do a ton of additional testing without going through the hoops to get all of this approved. So congratulations to them. This is cool to see all these different sites all across the country where the FAA is allowing to do some of the testing. So hopefully some of that technology and whatever they found out can get down to the civilian world, and then that we can actually enjoy having fewer restrictions to some of the routine flights that we'll do in the future. All right, that's all I have for you. If you are here in town after you watch this, if you are in Lakeland, come and see us. We are at LD4. We are right across from the runway. We have a beautiful pink tent. You can't miss it. And we look forward to seeing you here. Talk about drone, talk about airplane. Just come take pictures with the team, and we'll see you next week.